Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at WIF. Seeing what's going on. When we looked at this last, there was strong potential for the price to break down if we didn't break above this range-bound activity, and inevitably it broke below. Didn't even bearish backtest, just continued straight down. So this is actually quite common. This is a very normal circumstance we're seeing right now with the 0.618 fib levels holding fairly strong for a lot of coins. So we can see that strong volume profile there, the point of control at 0.618, $2.80, holding it like a champion. So decent chance we see a continuation of the upside and potential further breakout, but let's double check a couple of things first to make sure on the back end. Quick little ask, if you could please do me a favor, hit the like button down below, comment if you could, just let me know where you're at with your position on WIF here and essentially help us grow the channel. It does definitely help a lot in the big picture. Appreciate that, and if you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link down below. We're taking some significant profits here today. I'll share that with you later. Take a look, of course, at $2.69. We can see that's a massive amount of liquidation. Okay, so it doesn't mean the price is going to continue lower, but it does imply a lot of confidence right there at that level. This is a very common occurrence in a lot of other coins. AVAX, Solana, a lot of them are hitting that 0.618 fib level, bouncing off that level for further upside right now. So awesome stuff to see that. Unfortunately, I slept through a few good entries this morning, but that's just kind of how it goes when you can't be up 24 hours a day. I mean, if only we were robots, right? A different story altogether. Speaking of robots, just to double check, I do actually have a trading community here, of course, and Solana, look at that, 6%, ETH 5%, 7 BNB. The cool thing about this is my automated trading bot that I have that does all the trading for us. So good news is we do got you covered in some ways there, of course, so check that out if you're curious. But I am not a robot, and I do try to get some good sleep so I can make sound financial decisions. Having said all that, let's take a look at the daily time frame and work our way down and see what's going on. And just kind of verify a few things. First of all, we talked about this yesterday, or no, it was the day before yesterday, where we were above the 50-day SMA. Now that's a point of contention. In other words, we could see some resistance at 315 as a round number, but right now, closing above $3 is a good starting point, getting above that 20-day SMA. Okay, so the 20-day SMA is a good little indicator, just kind of letting us know we're on the right side of the tracks. So what we're looking for. Speaking of right side of the tracks, we're getting closer to 50 on the RSI. This is positive-ish, not quite there yet. Money flow index trailing behind, and MACD is trying to diverge but hasn't yet. So there's a lot of reasons here as to why the daily time frame is not like phenomenal by any stretch, but it's certainly not terrible either. A lot of other coins have worse daily time frames. So again, take the daily time frame with a grain of salt. I'd say the 4-hour time frame is probably the most impactful, and this is telling us a lot. In other words, we have this potential resistance level coming up here. We can see the price has wicked out a few times here at this level, so we're just going to go ahead and mark that on the charts as a potential resistance range. And again, not only is it a 0.5 fib level, but we can see the moving average is kind of hanging out just above that, but we also wicked up there a few times as well earlier in the day yesterday. Okay, so we look at that 290, round number $3 is that resistance level. We can see MACD is trying to converge, but hasn't. Stochastic is swinging up. RSI, money flow index are coming up, but our money flow index is very low. When you see MFI low, it just implies that we're not seeing a lot of new money coming into this coin, and that does imply that, well, it's kind of averaging itself out. So I would speculate we're going to see some range-bound activity here for a little bit, and if we do break this range, we can maybe consider a different type of trading technique. But at this point here, this is in a situation right now where we're testing the upper range, and we can see the price action holding so far at this 0.5 fib level at roughly, to say, $3. Okay, 298, but just say 3 is an easy round number. We take a look at the Ichimoku cloud, we can confirm we're still under the cloud. That's not necessarily a bearish sign, it just implies we're not bullish yet. And we got the lagging span clear of the price action, conversion lines over the baseline. Those are really good signs. Okay, just a little premature to jump into a trade here at this point. I'd much rather take a trade 24 hours from now when the price action is $3 plus. And it's proven to be closing above that level. Again, that's where confirmation comes into play, folks. If you just jump into a trade where it's like, oh great, we broke through the resistance, we're good. If you don't wait for the candles to close, it doesn't show that they're able to control that period of time. Okay, and that implies that if the bulls are not controlling in that period that you're looking for, what are you doing? You're not taking a good trade. You're just kind of jumping in arbitrarily. So try not to get too ahead of yourselves here. While this is positive, we're testing this level and potentially likely to break it. Unless we reaffirm that as a support, like for example, come up and right back down, that's what I look for right there, is a bullish back test. So ultimately, I would like to consider entry around $3 for a long position. We just need to reaffirm and confirm rather. By reaffirming, our support level has been essentially reaffirmed as a support, or more so, the resistance level we see right now is broken and retested as a support. Okay, ultimately what we're looking for. I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. Do me a favor, comment below, like, subscribe, follow. Do yourself a favor and join us over with BitUnix, phenomenal exchange, best exchange I've ever used, and they have awesome rewards. Use my link to register. No KYC or VPN required. It's a primary exchange for our community. We love them. Thank you again. We'll look forward to seeing you on in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.